I finished my little exercise regimen this morning.
During this workout, just like a dancer would. Warming up. Takes a little more energy. It makes it a lot more fun. Different ways to move.
I have started my day already with a cup of my bulletproof coffee. I'm having another cup. The thing with breakfast and me, I do intermediate fasting, whatever that word is. The way I do that is I don't really have breakfast in the morning. I just drink my bulletproof coffee. It's actually very filling, but it's the high fat content that fills me up. Now I used to have eggs, hard-boiled eggs, omelets, fried eggs, you name it. I would have that with bacon, and sometimes I still do, but it's more rare that I have a breakfast meal now than before. Don't know why, I don't get hungry in the morning, and that's just me. And then I have my lunch, which is coming up in about an hour. It'll last me until dinner. So, cheers. Lunchtime. I love these nori rolls. They're sushi nori rolls. They're seaweed, okay? Seaweed. They're a great sandwich replacement to bread, and I don't have any tortillas made up for a sandwich, so I use these nori sheets. And I already had some ham that I put in the food processor to mush up like tuna. I happen to have this already made up. It's got celery in it and homemade mayonnaise in it, and I'm just gonna put a glob on there, and I'm gonna roll that up. The thing with lunch sandwiches, they can be basically anything you want that's keto friendly. They just make a nice little bite-sized thing to have for lunch. I happen to like nori. Not everybody does. If that's the case, try tortillas. But those low-carb tortillas that you buy in the store, they're full of stuff that is not keto friendly. And so I don't buy store-bought tortillas. I have to make them. And a lot of people who are not on a strict keto diet, they seem to waive the non-keto friendly ingredients and eat it. But to me, keto is a lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle. Because it's a healthy lifestyle, there's no sense putting junk back in our body that we had put in for the diet, which caused us to, our bodies to really revolt. When you put unhealthy things in the body, it's going to revolt. So if something has an ingredient that is not healthy for the body, like tapioca starch that's in tortillas, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Think about what you're going to put in the body that'll still nourish and satisfy your taste buds. You kind of have to get acclimated to new taste buds. I used to hate certain vegetables, and I adapted a taste for the ones that were healthier. You get adapted to flavors. Just maybe force yourself to eat a little bit of the foods that you're not crazy about, and see if gradually you don't mind it, and breads made with almond flour aren't so bad, or coconut flour, things of that nature. The more fat that you have, this actually doesn't have a lot of fat. I'm gonna have to eat an avocado with it because my ham, it's protein, so this could be a high protein lunch that I need to balance out with more fat. So I'm going to do that as soon as I'm done with this particular roll. I was looking for something that would give me more fat intake for lunch, and I just wasn't in the mood for some of the things that I came across in my refrigerator. So I had already made up some whipped cream. It's nice to always have on hand. This is just raspberries and blackberries, and it's my dessert that I usually have at night. It's so good. It's such a great snack dessert that's high fat, and I also didn't have any avocado. I've got to go to the store. Always have avocado in your house if you can. I try to always have it, and I didn't have it. Just got to make sure you get your fat, okay? You know what, that sandwich just wasn't enough for me. I had this pizza crust already made. This is a cauliflower pizza crust. I actually have the recipe for this on Yummy Keto Recipe. Something really quick if you have mozzarella cheese around, and you should always have mozzarella cheese around, is the fact that you can, it just makes it so versatile to make certain dishes that are high fat. And of course, cheese gives you that high fat option. So I'm just going to put it on my little pizza sheet here. I've got spinach. I'm going to put that on top. As we know, spinach wilts to practically nothing, so you could put a lot on here. And then I'm going to top it with just a little more cheese. All right. And I'm just going to put that in the oven for, I don't know, I'll try 10 minutes. I'll take a look at it and see how it turns out. Another thing that I do on a daily basis is I have to think ahead. I have to think of what am I going to eat for dinner. So this was in the freezer, and I have to thaw this out. So now it has to sit on my counter. I am going to put that on my counter and let it thaw so that I can make my meal for dinner tonight. I want to add that planning ahead is probably one of the most important things to do on dieting, keto diet. I used to do meal plans faithfully, and now I'm kind of a little haphazard at it, but I still have to plan what I'm going to eat. So even if it's for the next day or for that day, but I used to do it for the whole week. I mean, I could get a load of this. Okay, my meal board, you know, I mean, yeah, you know, it's very important to plan what you're going to eat so that you can either do the preps in advance if you need to do any food preps, if you have to go to the grocery store to get food items that you need for your recipe, things of that nature. And that gives me that little room to have what I want to eat when I want to eat it. Well, this only took like 5 minutes. Didn't take long at all to heat and melt all together in there. And this is a great meal all by itself. I didn't even need that other thing because this would probably fill me up. Maybe it wouldn't fill you up, but you kind of have to learn, you know, how much you want to eat. You don't want to overdo it, but this is going to carry me all the way through dinner. That's one of the ways you have to think on this diet is how much fat can I get in for the day and still maintain your carb count for the day, your carb limit. My carb count can be higher because I'm fat adapted, and I can have a lot more than someone who's still working to get all their weight loss goals achieved. Lunch should be something quick and easy. Now, I'm working from home today, so I can do this, have a warm meal. But some of us can't do that. And when I'm on the go, when I'm on the road, meeting with clients, I couldn't do this kind of meal. I have to pack something. Well, I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll get back to you in a little bit. Want to hear something funny? I had to run out on some errands, and I didn't know if I'd get hungry, so I took a couple of these cheese sticks. They're my dog's favorite thing. Is she knows I'm holding them, and she's right at my legs here. You know, and I had them in my pocket, and I forgot all about them, and now they're kind of like room temperature. So, but these are quick little snacks that you could just take with you when you're on the go. The thing of it is, my dinner is warming up in the oven. I was going to do something up with the hamburger that I had thawed, but guess what? It wasn't completely thawed. Ooh. She wants these, don't you? I gotta give her one. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, it is a leftover night. Can you see that? This is a chicken thigh over creamed spinach. And then I have some leftover ravioli that I made wrapped with zucchini, and inside is the cheese. So it's cheese ravioli. Let's get that on my plate and eat it. It got to be 7:30. I normally eat at 6, but I ended up being out of the house for a while and running errands. So I didn't get back in time to heat up dinner. And I forgot to mention that I also have garlic bread here that I made. This is with cauliflower crust. These recipes are all on the Yummy Keto Recipes website. My website, because I cook them. And that's high fat. There's a lot of cheese in there. And this is a chicken thigh. And this is also high fat because it's filled with cheese. So let's head out into the dining room area so I can get this down. Before I leave you and end off my day of keto eating, I wanted to tell you that the thing with eating is also drinking. And I am not a huge water drinker. If I do drink water, it's sparkling water. At any rate, I drink iced tea. I make it every day. My favorite is Red Zinger tea. It handles any food hunger that might come about, which doesn't always happen. And I try not to eat after 7 and out at 7:30. Sometimes if I do have a snack at night, it's either the fruit, the raspberries with the heavy cream, something that digests quickly. Fruit always digests pretty fast, like in an hour, because you don't want your body working on digesting. That's not a good thing. The drink really handles a lot of the hunger, so it's either a hot tea or cold tea. Cold tea is what I basically have throughout the day. Boy, this meal is as good as it was when I first made it yesterday. You want less protein and a lot of fat. So you got to figure out a way to get a lot of fat in the meal that you're preparing. You know, a lot of people who start off on this diet keep a log of what they're eating. The thing with that is it just made it so that you get an idea of the foods that you want to eat on this diet. It's not limited. It's the beauty of eating this keto way is it doesn't limit you. No, you cannot have grain, and no, you cannot have sugar, and soy, but your choices are broad because there's a lot of replacements, like cauli rice for potatoes. It really can replace the potato once you get used to it. Mashed cauliflower. I have people that taste my mashed cauliflower and don't know they're eating cauliflower. They think they're eating mashed potatoes. I think the trick is also finding recipes that taste good, that are yummy. And that's experimenting and trying different things. It's trial and error. Some things you're going to like and some things you're not going to like. I've had bad recipes for pancakes and really good ones for pancakes. That doesn't mean pancakes are all bad for keto because you can't make them with regular flour. It just means you made a bad recipe. So it's just trial and error. The last thing I think I want to say is don't starve yourself. You don't have to be hungry on this diet. You don't have to be hungry. You can eat. There's a lot of healthy and abundant choices of foods that you can put in your body instead of the junky things that you got used to putting in your body. Just, trial and error. You've seen what I've eaten the entire day. I wanted to snack. Well, I intended to snack, and I didn't end up snacking. Again, the iced tea that I carry around with me pretty much handles any hunger, food craving, anything like that. And that's really what I wanted to leave you with. Don't starve yourself. If you've reached your carb count for the day, find something that has 0 carbs and eat it. Make yourself some cheese crackers or something like that because there's no carbs in that, all right? Well, bon appetit.